You know, this AI is bungling like a motherfucker. But it ain't AI. Oh, it is. But it ain't. That's AI's voice. Something definitely got put into it. Boys and girls, buckle up. It looks like one of the writers. Oh, these many splendid writers. And I'd love to tell you this is killer looks as writing, but it's not. The motherfucker's illiterate as dog shit. He's dumber than a bag of fucking rocks. I mean, he just compares on writing and language usage to. I mean, when he's talking, look, you just can't. This is not him. Somebody, and I'm gonna guess who in the crew, because I've heard almost this exact shit fall out of all couple of them in the same hive's mouth. I mean, word for word. It almost sounds like this dumb somebody put in their video saying this, and then made AI read it out. You know, their actual transcript from their video. But hey, you get one of the other members to tippy tap it out and just have the AI voice read it out. Ain't that hard? Uh, it ain't. And or you take one of their videos and you just feed that sucker right on in. A goddamn body into a wood chipper. Alright? I'm just saying, I have my guesses on who did this with the killer. Just saying. Language, it's a beast. So anyway, we're just gonna listen to the rest of this fuckery.
Damn, killer. It's so good.
Based on publicly available information alone, without relying on transcripts, Jodi Sue Brown's role in the Summer Wells case appears to be one of manipulation, misdirection, and self-serving narrative control, rather than genuine involvement in solving the case. From the very beginning, Jodi Sue inserted herself into the case with her scream story, claiming to have heard a child scream on the day Summer disappeared. However, law enforcement, including the FBI and TBI, have dismissed this claim as having no evidentiary value. Despite this, Jodi Sue continues to push the scream narrative, even though her own retelling of it changes over time. One moment she's certain it was significant, the next she suggests she might have overanalyzed it, then she reaffirms its importance again. This level of inconsistency suggests she is using the scream as a way to keep herself inserted into the case rather than presenting solid evidence. Beyond the scream, her overall storytelling is erratic. She frequently contradicts herself, making broad claims about people involved in the Wells circle, only to later downplay or alter those claims. A major example is her shifting stance on Andy Bernard, her ex. While they were together, she did not publicly accuse him of anything alarming. But after their split, she suddenly began labeling him a monster, a drug dealer, and a predator. This isn't to say Andy is innocent of all wrongdoing, but it does suggest that Jodi Sue tailors her accusations to fit her personal grievances rather than sticking to consistent facts. Jodi Sue also plays the role of a professional victim, constantly inserting herself into the case while simultaneously claiming she wants to be left alone. She engages in dramatic feuds with other YouTubers, dominates conversations about Summer, and acts as if she is a central figure in the case when, in reality, she was just a neighbor with no real evidence to offer. She has a pattern of attacking anyone who questions her version of events, which is a classic tactic of someone who wants control of a narrative rather than transparency. The biggest issue with Jodi Sue is that she acts more like someone trying to obscure the truth than someone trying to reveal it. Her behaviour has created distractions, deflected attention away from real leads, and injected unnecessary drama into an already convoluted case. Whether this is intentional or just the result of her personality, the effect is the same. She has done more harm than good. So what does this mean in relation to the Summer Wells case? Jodi Sue is not a credible witness, and her continued involvement has likely damaged real investigative efforts. She may not have been directly involved in Summer's disappearance, but her constant shifting narratives, contradictions and deflections suggest that she either knows more than she's saying or is protecting someone. At best, she is an unreliable attention seeker. At worst, she is covering for people who were involved, knowingly or unknowingly helping to keep the truth buried. If law enforcement hasn't thoroughly re-examined why Jodi Sue is so determined to control this story, they absolutely should. Because no one works this hard to shape a narrative unless they have a reason to.
Whoever wrote this goddamn shit, or let Killer borrow their video, because I'm telling you, I've heard those words verbatim before. Have him have AI's voice read it. Simple as that. Yeah, Fred. By the way, if AI got that from my mouth, I mean, I know you're an ignorant fucking junky bastard, but I guess Killer's gonna need to do a video on you next time, Fred. But he's laid off of those since he's doing this. Why? You pretend one. Maybe Killer will put all your shit and feed it to it next. See what it has to say about you, Fred. Straight from the meth monkey's mouth. Ain't almost breeding season for them sons of bitches, Fred. I'm gonna go down there and get me some food, Age. Bitch, you is on my nerves.
Fred Hill is one of the most intriguing and under-discussed figures orbiting the Summer Wells case. While he isn't a household name like Don or Candace, his name consistently surfaces in subtle, indirect, and often intentionally vague ways, mostly from people like Jodi Sue Brown and others familiar with the Beach Creek area. That alone makes him worth serious attention. From what's publicly known, Fred Hill appears to be someone with deep local roots and long-standing connections to both the drug scene and individuals tied to Summer's world. He's often mentioned in connection to Andy Bernard, Jodi Sue's ex, and occasionally in reference to things like coded messages, strange behavior, and off-the-record conversations. He's not someone who jumps in front of cameras or talks to media, but his name lingers in the background, usually in the context of whispers, rumors, and drug-related tension. What makes Fred Hill stand out isn't just what's said about him, it's how carefully his name is dropped and then walked back. Jodi Sue, for instance, has alluded to Fred being interested in Brandon Clark, another sketchy name in the drug circuit, and has referenced odd behavior from Fred without ever directly accusing him of anything. It's like people know not to say too much about Fred, which can suggest one of two things. Either they fear him, or they're trying to subtly warn about him without being caught in a legal or personal crossfire. If there was any local facilitation of a cover-up, whether that involved moving a body, disposing of evidence, or simply keeping mouths shut, Fred Hill is exactly the kind of person you'd want to look at. He's reportedly familiar with the area, likely comfortable operating under the radar, and possibly has ties to individuals who would help keep secrets quiet. That doesn't make him guilty, but it does make him relevant. At the same time, Fred is a ghost in the public sphere. He hasn't spoken out, hasn't been seen in interviews, and hasn't been the focus of law enforcement scrutiny that we know of. This silence, paired with how others speak about him, paints a picture of someone who knows more than they've ever said, and someone who may have helped behind the scenes, whether by choice or request. In my opinion, Fred Hill is not a random name in this case. He is part of the web of people who were close enough, connected enough, and quiet enough to be relevant to what happened to Summer Wells. While there's no hard evidence to accuse him of direct involvement, his name shouldn't be ignored, especially not when it shows up so often in hushed tones and half accusations from people trying to redirect attention. If Summer's disappearance involved a network of locals familiar with the terrain, the lifestyle, and how to avoid detection, Fred Hill may not have been the one who caused the tragedy, but he may very well be one of the people who knows exactly what did happen and who has helped keep that truth hidden.
Scooby fucking Doo. If not for those pesky meddling kids.
Back to what I do. Catfish, Billy, baby, hello, how are you? You're by 9, rappers like a power line, fell into a swimming pool. I think I got the whole crew. Ooh, let me know what y'all wanna do. I bought a 30 pack of Creek water, baby boo. 999, 99.99, not mine. I got 100 proof.
They're gonna be sorry they were ever born. Who? All of them.
Need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence to let them in, chalk up their body, another one body, that's just how it go. I got some secrets, I'm shaking the game so they stay on their toes. Stay in your lane, I stay on the go. I can't play with the pros and act like a rookie, so they overlook me. They not double up again, none of their knows, none of them cold. They just got lucky but never adapted, so I'm to the one if it's coming to blows. My enemies cutting it close, I let them think that they got me, but what do you know? I had them beat before we ever spoke, I'm ready for smoke. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now they ain't go harder than me, they need a blade in a sheath, a shank in a piece, a crate full of heat, an army, a fleet, a tank and a jeep, a navy at sea, with ace a marine, an ace up their sleeve, a team of marines, a freak on a leash, a beast with an appetite, razor for teeth, and still they would lay at my feet. Boy, you got the wrong one.
There's a formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
Break down my walls, but I will rise again. 'Cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes and stay silent since they try to take me down with their violence?